What's good with y'all, man? Hey, you already know if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like, drop that sub, turn on them noties, man. Cause we doing these videos daily, so y'all sent me this. And we gonna talk about it. So, the GOAT himself, that was a terrible GOAT impersonation, but y'all get what I'm getting at. He said, Zack Snyder said, I wanted to get to a Superman that had a reason to be Superman, like a reason to feel the way he felt about humanity, that we all understand from the comic books. I love them both, but the blue one is where he must end up after a journey. This is why Zack Snyder is the GOAT, and this is why I don't take the online trolls seriously who say Zack doesn't know comics, Zack doesn't know this, Zack doesn't know that. BS. If Zack didn't know his comics, why would Alex Ross, the Kingdom Come Superman writer, back Zack Snyder's Man of Steel? Why would he do that? If Zack did not know comics, why would he do that? Huh? Why would Alex Ross back Zack Snyder? Why would Alex Ross do that? You know, then you have all these conversations that Zack Snyder's Batman is terrible. He kills in this. I'm the biggest Batman fan you will come across. Look at that. Look at the damn whole Batman in the background. But it's like people's IQ cannot understand Zack Snyder's what he was doing. I ain't even gonna get into all of it, man. But listen, we was getting to that blue Superman. We was getting to him. We saw a slight bit of it at the end of Justice League. We saw a slight bit of it. And this is why Zack Snyder's the GOAT. Because he made Man of Steel, a.k.a. Henry Cavill's Superman, more, what do you call it? He made him more compatible to where we could feel for Superman. We could feel what he was doing. And it just doesn't make any sense to me because, take for example, if let's say Henry Cavill is a real life Superman, we find out, how do you think our world we're in right now is going to react to that? Do you think it's going to be all flowers and roses and sunshine? Do you think it's not going to be some adversity, some curiosity, some people being scared? You know, the best quote is, men fear what they don't understand. And we will not understand something as powerful as Superman. So this whole little online society that, you know, that they just hate Zack to hate Zack, and I just don't understand. But this is why Zack is the GOAT, because the more time goes on, the more appreciative his movies are getting. It's kind of like wine, man. You know the saying with wine, women get as fine as wine, because wine gets old. Wine can get old, but it still tastes good. Fine as wine. That's how Zack Snyder's movies are, because with the more time that passes on, the more appreciation these movies are getting. And I'm a firm believer that Zack was definitely ahead of his time, man. He was definitely ahead of his time. That's why people are not understanding his thing. And listen, I'm all for a new universe, but like I've said from day one, I just don't think nothing James Gunn puts out is gonna top us seeing Darkseid versus Justice League. I don't care what nobody says. Nothing is going to top Darkseid going against the Justice League, because that's the big of the bad of the DC universe. Darkseid. He's the biggest of them all. And we was about to get that. And I still #restore the Snyderverse. I still have hope. We'll get it. But man, listen. Back to this. This is why Zack is the GOAT. Because Superman needed a journey. We got to see a journey. People was like, oh, this Superman's so dark and depressing and all this. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, and another thing that really irritates me is, like, especially with like the John Kent scene when he let his dad die. We talked about this before. Why did he do that? Why would Superman let his dad die? Because his dad wanted him to keep his identity a secret. That's why. He gave it away as a kid, but they were kids. You could get away with it because kids could imagine things. But there was a lot of adults around, so he wanted to protect his child. Imagine that. A grown person wanting to protect their child. And that's why John Kent died. But clearly it's too crazy to grasp that. It's too crazy to grasp that. Another thing I wanted to touch on while we're talking about this. A lot of people hate on Zack Snyder's Lex Luthor But this is where people don't pay attention, because Jesse Eisenberg's character is not Lex Luthor, and it drives me insane when people get on here and like, he was a terrible Lex Luthor, this and that. It's Lex Jr. That's his son, and in so many analogies in the movie, he references his dad beating him and all this other stuff, and it's like, people can't put two and two together. That's not Lex Luthor. It's his son. He's Lex Alexander Luthor Jr. or something like that. But it's Jr. I know that. So annoying. So annoying. All these little things that people are nitpicking online, they don't even know what they're talking about. I'm going to forever defend my homie Zack Snyder, man, because Zack is the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Christopher Nolan backed Zack Snyder. Alex Ross backed Zack Snyder. Hell, even Batman himself, Kevin Conroy, R.I.P. to Kevin Conroy, he came out and said Ben Affleck's Batman is the best Batman we've ever had. So you mean to tell me the online trolls had more credentials than these names I just listed? I don't think so. So you trolls online who hate on Zack and Zack doesn't know comics. No, you don't know comics and you're just a hater. You're just one of them haters out there in your mama's basement, probably mad at your life, beating your little meat with the pimples on your face, and you're just mad. Just mad. Because you're hating for no reason. But Man of Steel, and I've said this before, I am not the biggest Superman fan. I never have. Never really liked the character outside of the Superman Adventures, the cartoon. But Zack Snyder brought Superman on the screen to where I could relate to him, I could feel for him, and I liked him. And Henry Cavill is GOAT Superman for me. He's the GOAT Superman for me. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT Superman for me. I really liked his Superman. Zack Snyder knew what he was doing. He made him relatable to us humans, because he had to go through a lot of things that us humans have to go through, and we got to see that side of him, even though he's an alien and a god. So I agree with Zack. He has to go through a journey to get to that Superman, and we were getting there. If you go to the end of the Justice League movie, you could see, even though he had the black suit on, he was given that persona that he was getting to that blue Superman. But people don't have patience. People don't have IQ. The common sense isn't so common. So people aren't understanding Zack's movies, and it's so crazy to me. But I appreciate y'all sending me this. I could go on, but I'm not going to rant too much more. Zack Snyder is the GOAT. That's the end of the debate. He's GOAT. And I 100% agree with Zack. In order to get to that blue Superman, he has to go through a journey. You just can't end up. You just can't end up there, man. It's just like us real life people, man. The most nicest and sincere people you run into in life have went through the most things. They have went through the most things in life. And do you think that they become just this nice person and they're just this great person because they were born that way? Sure, they might have been nice before, but life pushes you through these little obstacles and all these different things, man, and it builds your character. It builds you up as a person to be a better person. And wow, that's what Zack did. But clearly people don't have the IQ to understand that, because that's exactly what he was doing. But I'm going to leave it at that, man. Zack, you the GOAT, man. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. You already know I'm with it. I hope we do get it. Yeah, Zack's GOAT. Let me know what y'all think, man. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought. If you enjoyed my reaction, make sure you hit that like, drop that sub. Turn to them noties, man. Doing video daily. I appreciate y'all, man. I will see y'all later tonight for the stream. 100,000 subscribers is grind time. Let's get it.